daycare will no longer operate after one of its employees allegedly assaulted a 3-year-old student. Earlier this week, the city of Brewer held a special meeting regarding the license for Elevate Childcare. Owner Sarah Grant stood before the council explaining her appeal for the center's license. Another meeting took place today for a final decision. This comes after 35-year-old Blake Sullivan of Carmel was charged with assault on a child less than 6 years old, endangering the welfare of a child, and reckless conduct after she was allegedly caught on video slamming a child to the ground. During the September 23rd meeting, the grandmother of the child told the council the incident happened on April 2nd. However, the family wasn't notified until May 6th. The grandmother told the council the child also has autism. Grant said if she had been present, this wouldn't have happened. The council asked why she had limited involvement or couldn't state the exact number of children enrolled at the daycare at the time.
I am not allowed to do direct care with children. I am not fully vaccinated for religious reasons, so I cannot do direct care. I 100% believe that I'm at fault. I'm the first domino. If I had been, sorry.
At today's meeting, all councilors were in favor of denying a license for Elevate. Council members say it was communicated to them that today would be the last day of operations at the center. We spoke with Kristen Boucher, the child's mother, who says she's grateful for this outcome, but says this has been an extremely difficult experience.
It's been truly one of the hardest experiences of my life. It's not something I ever thought that I would ever go through. You hear about these stories and you just never think that it's something that would happen to you. It definitely caused a lot of, deep trauma for me and my family. Thankfully, my kids don't remember anything, but my husband and I will forever remember this experience. And yeah, it's been pretty traumatic.
She also says she's thankful for the Brewer Police Department and the support she's gotten from the city.